Welcome to Firestop Product Training with Riley Archer. Our agenda today is going to cover product overview, applications, customers, competitors, competitive positioning, why RectorSeal is better, and objections to overcome when selling. What are fire-stopping products? Well, fire-stopping products are a category of sealants and devices and other products used to prevent the passage of flames and hot gases through fire-rated building assemblies. Fire-rated building assemblies usually consist of fire-rated floors, fire-rated walls, and fire-rated floor ceiling assemblies. These products are installed in or between the rated building assemblies. So in conditions where there's a joint or a through penetration or membrane penetration in one of these fire-rated assemblies, the fire-stopping material is used to reestablish that fire rating for that hourly rated assembly. Those hourly ratings are 1 hour, 2 hours in most commercial buildings. The code governs what testing standards, what testing laboratories, and what buildings require the fire stop. The testing standards, the American Society of Testing Materials, UL, Underwriters Laboratories, and FM, Factory Mutual. The accreditation laboratories where we test the material at nationally recognized laboratories that test the products and the assembly systems are published in the laboratory's directory, and we reference those when submitting material for projects. The two main laboratories are Underwriters Laboratories and Intertech. RectorSeal produces one brand of fire-stopping material. Metacaulk. Metacaulk is a premier brand of fire-stopping material and has been produced by RectorSeal for healthcare facilities, institutional facilities, multi-family, governmental buildings, anything that's a commercial type building that has resistance. The general categories of products that make up fire-stopping material are sealants. They can be sprays, they can be mastic devices, there's wrap strips, putty pads. There are a number of different types of fire-stopping products for different applications. Fire-stopping products are usually installed by professional tradesmen. Concealing assemblies that fire stop their own penetrations. They can drive and do fire stopping for all trades, or they may just pick up the missed trades fire stopping. So any specific fire stopping that's not in a trades package or is left out of the package, the GC may pick up. There are also specialty contractors that only install fire stopping, and those are key customers for most fire stopping manufacturers. Fire stopping prevents people from dying in buildings because it helps establish those hourly ratings of walls, prevents flames and hot gases from escaping the origin of combustion where the fire breaks out. Fire stopping is mandated by building code. All of the model codes that we follow in the United States require fire stopping. International Building Code, International Association of Plumbing Mechanical Officials, and National Fire Protection Association codes all require fire stopping. Fire stoppings in the specifications for the building. Section 078400 is the specification section that holds all of the information on the fire stopping for the building. And in any commercial project that has rated floors, rated walls, or rated ceiling, you'll have a 078400 section that governs the fire stopping. And the way that this fire stopping works is it works with those rated walls, those rated ceilings, and rated floor ceiling assemblies to where it creates a fire compartment. And the idea is to hold the fire in the place of origin for the prescribed period of that hourly rating of the assembly. So if it's a 1 hour rated assembly, the fire should be held behind that assembly for at least 1 hour. And this theory is called compartmentation. So it's holding fire within a compartment for a prescribed period of time to allow for egress for occupants and allow for first responders to come in and help put out the fire, as well as sprinkler systems to help activate and reduce the spread of the fire. So some of the large lost life drivers for fire stopping. The picture to the right is the MGM Grand. 84 people died. This is 1983, I believe. This is really the driver for fire stopping. This put fire stopping in the model building codes in the early 80s, and it progressed from there to a greater degree. The picture on the left is the first interstate bank in Los Angeles. This is another large lost property where fire extended up several floors in a high-rise building due to lack of fire stopping. Both of these structures, the losses could have been prevented or mitigated substantially if fire stopping had been properly installed in the buildings. This diagram shows the theory of compartmentation. We have an open floor plan. We're building wall assemblies. Some of these wall assemblies are fire rated. So the idea is that the rated assembly extends from the rated floor up to the fire rated ceiling. And if a fire breaks out within one of these fire compartments that are created by the fire rated assemblies, it won't spread beyond that compartment for a period of time. You can see in the center section here, that's a fire rated compartment. A fire is broken out, and the walls, the floor, and the ceiling, and the fire stopping are preventing the spread of that fire for the rating of those assemblies. Building services and design requirements create penetrations and joints that will allow flames to spread. So in order to make a building function, we have to put pipes, ducts, electrical penetrations, water, different building services throughout the building. In order to do that, we have to cut holes in walls and floors and ceilings. Those assemblies, walls, floors, and ceilings, may be fire rated. If they are, we've just cut a hole in a fire rated assembly. When you cut a hole in a fire rated assembly, that's an egress area for flames and hot gases and smoke to penetrate through. So the idea of fire stopping is to seal those areas so flames and hot gases will not go through after we put the building services and penetrations in. Key customers. We want to focus on selling our products and having our products stocked in distributors that are selling to professional commercial tradesmen, plumbing contractors, mechanical, electrical, and caulking and specialty contractors. So the people that are going to be servicing these commercial projects, we want to make sure that they can sell our product to those tradesmen. Distributors that have relationships and serve the commercial industry. So there's a number of distributors out there that focus on healthcare or focus on institutional projects or service and maintenance, MRO. Those are perfect candidates for calling on to stock and sell fire stopping into those verticals. Wholesalers that already sell other fire stopping brands. There are two other brands that we can focus on going after. 3M is in a good number of our distributors, or possibly STI, Specified Technologies Inc. could be in the distributor. That's sort of low-hanging fruit. They already sell the fire stopping. Our product is generally going to be a better quality, and we have a better marketing presence. So it's an easy flip from an existing fire stop distributor to our brand. We also want to look at MEP contractors working in the commercial space. We want to have customers selling to these big MEP contractors that are focusing on high-rise buildings, institutional buildings, healthcare. There are certain contractors in every area of the country that really focus on those big projects and are really the commercial contractor to go after. So we want to make sure our distribution can reach those contractors and sell them the material, the fire stopping, to install in their projects. Well, the competitive space. If we look at market share and we look at the fire stopping brands, Hilti is the largest seller of fire stopping in North America. They have over 1,400 direct salesmen, and again, they sell directly to the end user. They don't go through wholesale distribution. They sell every main category of fire stopping product that we do. I don't think there are any gaps between our portfolios. We might have a couple different items than them, and they might have one or two different items than us, but we match up pretty parallel between ourselves and Hilti in terms of product. STI, Specified Technologies, 3M are both distributors that sell, or both manufacturers that sell through wholesale distribution. So the same distributors that we sell to, STI and 3M call on and try and have them sell their fire stopping material. RectorSeal, again, we manufacture Metacaulk, and our goal is to displace the 3M and STI fire stop in the distribution space and take over market share from Hilti in the commercial space on the projects. The value in Metacaulk, our position in the marketplace. We are a value-based brand with high quality. So we're competitive in pricing, which means we can match up to that direct model with Hilti, so we can be competitive to the end user in terms of pricing, just matching Hilti. But we have slightly higher quality than most of our competitors. We'll go through some slides a little bit later that shows the differences between our product, but really the reliability aspect of it, we have a lifetime warranty. We have a better shelf life. We have an extremely wide range of storage and application temperatures. We try to make our systems as simplified as possible to make it easy for the contractor to install it. We have over 3,000 tested systems between the UL, FM, and Intertech testing laboratories. Here's a competitive chart that shows the Metacaulk product, the Hilti product, 3M, and STI. If there's any question on how to match up what a Hilti product is to one of ours or a 3M product is to one of the Metacaulk products, this is the chart you'd want to use. This is available at metacaulk.com under resources. So let's pick on Hilti a little bit. Since they have the most market share and they're our main competitor in the US, let's understand how our products stack up against Hilti. FS1 Max, it's an intumescent caulk. It's used in penetrations and joints, and it has recently gained some W ratings, which are water resistance ratings for floor penetrations. It matches directly to our Metacaulk 1000. We have a few more W ratings for floors than Hilti. We have a much better storage and application temperature range, and we have a much longer shelf life. Hilti's is only 1 year, ours is 3 years. 606 and FS1 Max, it really takes two products to match up to our Metacaulk 150 Plus, which is an elastomeric and mildly intumescent product. So the 150 Plus can go into joints as well as penetrations. It overlaps a bit into the 1000 range in terms of being able to work with combustible pipe and things that will burn away in a fire. It also has a better shelf life, storage temperature, and application temperature range than 606 and FS1. And 150 Plus has also been granted a number of W-rated systems for floor penetrations. Historically, to get a W rating, you'd need a silicone product in order to prevent water filtration through the floor joint or through the floor penetration in a fire stop system. Now, our Metacaulk 150 Plus, Metacaulk 1000, and Metacaulk 1200 have W ratings for floor penetration systems. CP606, the elastomeric fire stop sealant, matches up to the Metacaulk 1200. They allow for a high degree of movement. The storage and application temperatures for 606 are much less than that of Metacaulk 1200. Our shelf life is considerably better, and the product's movement is also considerably better. 835 Plus is our silicone, and it matches up against Hilti's CFS SIL. So there are 3 grades of silicone. We have a gun grade, which is for joints and penetrations and floors as well as walls. There are also, sorry about that, there are also self-leveling grades that allow you to pour it onto the floor and it levels out for joints and penetrations. And the most recent addition is a spray grade that we're launching that allows you to spray for curtain wall joints. So with our product, we have a 2-year shelf life, which is double that of Hilti's, and we have 5-gallon pails as opposed to Hilti's 4.5-gallon pail. Wrap strip. Our wrap strip matches up fairly evenly with Hilti. It's a little bit shorter in length, but otherwise it's very similar. We have a slightly wider wrap strip with 2 inches as opposed to their 1 3/4, but generally speaking, it's apples to apples comparison between these two. We have something different though in terms of a flexible intumescent strip. We have joint strip. So joint strip is only 2 millimeters thick and comes in rolls of 82 feet and is available in widths from 1 inch to 4 inch. The joint strip has been tested to be used in tuck-in and other applications similar to our wrap strip, but it's very highly intumescent, and many times it takes up less space than the wrap strip to perform the same function. So this is an important project to look at, especially in wood frame construction. So 2 wraps of the 3-inch wide joint strip can protect a 4-inch PVC pipe in wood frame construction. So keep that in mind. Hilti, STI, 3M don't have anything that can match up to that. Also in wood frame construction, 150 plus can be used to caulk essentially every penetration up to 3 inches in diameter. And then for your 4-inch penetrations and larger, you can use the joint strip. Fire stopping collars. Hilti's fire stopping collars run through the same range as ours does in size, but the difference is Hilti's requires you to clip on the retaining tabs, which are very difficult to hold on. You essentially need 3 hands. 2 hands to hold up the retaining tabs, and then a 3rd hand to run the anchors in through the retaining tabs into the substrate. Our fire stopping pipe collars have the tabs built on, so it's easy to hold the collar in one place and put the fasteners in with the other hand. So ours are much easier to install. It's a competitive advantage of our product versus Hilti's. Hilti's drop-in device versus our intumescent sleeve. Slightly different applications, but I paired these up just so you have an understanding of what Hilti has and what we have. So the DID is meant for cord holes. So concrete floor, either flat concrete floor or fluted deck of concrete. The contractor drills a hole through it, and then he drops in this device, and he can pass his pipes through that. Okay. So basically what he has is he has a device that goes into the floor, and then he puts his pipe in afterwards. All right. It's sized from 2 inches to 4 inches in nominal pipe diameter for trade sizes. With our intumescent sleeve, ours is a post-installed device that goes in after the penetration's gone through the floor or wall. The intumescent sleeve wraps around the pipe, slides into the opening, and is held in place with simple duct tape or baling wire. Then you can caulk the inner space between the opening and the intumescent sleeve. Also, you only need 2 skews to cover up to 8 inches. So there's one skew that works for 2-inch through 4-inch PVC pipe, and then another skew that works for 6- and 8-inch pipe. So that makes it very easy for distributors to stock and very easy for contractors to use. They don't have to choose from 4 or 5 different sizes of devices like Hilti's in order to satisfy the needs on a project. Cast in place device. So this one is, again, a head-to-head comparison. We have similar sizes. We have the same heights for extensions. We have the same diameters, same performance in testing. So, you know, some of the differences that I think make our device better is our cap snaps on, whereas Hilti screws on. You say, well, you know, you can snap Hilti's cap on too, but in reality, Hilti's device is threaded. So if you needed to cut it, you have to put it in a special jig and use a saw to cut it, because you can't follow the threads and cut it. Otherwise, you just keep on circling all the way down. Our device is not threaded. It has incremental height notations as well as ledges that you can follow all the way around to cut in a straight line. Our device can also be cut with a simple box knife, where Hilti's will require a saw. Our height indications are in 1/4-inch increments and allow for you to easily match the height of the device with the concrete pour. Like Hilti's, our devices gang together with an alignment tab, but different than Hilti's, our base, so our footprint of our devices, is smaller than Hilti's. So what that means is if you're trying to align the pipes and the devices within a wall cavity, if you have an open ceiling where you're not going to put any sort of a drop ceiling or anything in the building, you don't want the Firestop device to extend beyond that wall width. So since ours are slightly smaller than Hilti's, you're going to have a better chance of keeping it within that stud cavity width. So here's a quick video on the CID.
Cast-in-place device. The one-step Firestop solution eliminating core drilling. Its highly intimate Firestop prevents smoke, gas, and fire passage. Easily cut to fit on any job site. The contractor identifier sticker quickly IDs penetration time. Its 4-inch height extensions quickly and easily snap on for deeper concrete pours. Easily align penetrants with alignment connectors for multi-device jobs. And precisely positioned with pre-drilled hole guides. Metal form decking adapter kits easily and quickly snap on. Metacaulk cast-in-place Firestop devices help install penetrations quickly and precisely. Devices are available in 2 to 6-inch sizes at metacaulk.com. For more information, call 800-231.
Fantastic video. Moving on, Hilti has a Firestop block. It's an intumescent block for closing off large openings. We have 2 different types of products that match up to that. Our Firestop pillows. Same application, closing off large openings in walls or floors. We have a 2-inch and 3-inch wide pillow to match up to Hilti. Same application. Our product's going to be significantly less expensive than Hilti's block. That's a very high value product from Hilti. Composite sheets. So Hilti has 2 different types of sheets they use to block off large openings in walls and floors. One is a fiberboard based sheet. The other one is a steel sheet with intumescent. The steel sheet with intumescent matches up head to head against our Metacaulk intumescent composite sheet. They have basically the same size, same testing, same application. So we're head to head, and we should be price competitive with Hilti on this product. Putty and putty pads. So again, this is a very similar product. The only real innovation in our putty pads is that our putty pads are very, very elastomeric. So they mold very easily around the box. They're also very sticky, so they adhere quite readily to the surfaces, where Hilti's isn't quite as sticky, I've been told, and it tends to fall off because it's not sticking quite as well as ours. Firestop box inserts. These products are both very similar, same applications. They go inside electrical boxes to prevent the fire from escaping inside a wall cavity or getting into a wall cavity. They're intumescent and they swell up when they're activated by heat. The sizes for the electrical box inserts are the same between our product and Hilti's, and it's generally used in commercial construction by electricians. We have a different product though. We have an innovative product that we have a patent on. It's our cover guard. So this cover guard, as opposed to going inside the electrical box, this goes on the outside of the wall underneath the cover plate. And it does the same thing as a putty pad or a box insert, where it prevents the passage of flames and either in or out of the wall. So in the code requirements, this meets the code requirement as well as a testing standard for that membrane penetration, which is the electrical box. So you can either use a putty pad, a box insert, or our Metacock cover guard, which again is something that only we have. So why are we better? And this Firestop comparison chart might be a little bit dated right now, but it still has fairly accurate information. So if you go through this, and I know there's a lot of text on here, but looking at the Metacock products, we'll take the first one, the 1200 spray. Application temperature and storage temperatures are always going to be the same for our products, 35 degrees to 120 degrees. Can it be frozen, thawed out? Yes. Shelf life, 3 years. The warranty is a big part. It's for the life of the building. Looking at 3M, their FD200 spray, its application temperature is from 40 degrees to 110 degrees, which isn't bad, but its storage temperature is cut off at 90 degrees. So if it's a really hot job site or a Connex and it gets above 90 degrees, it's detrimental to their product. It says it's freeze-thaw resistant, but it doesn't mean it can be cycled through freeze-thaw. Its shelf life is 1 year from date of manufacture, and the warranty is 90 days from the date of purchase. And if you think about commercial construction, most projects don't get their inspections or their CO for a year plus after the installation of the first part of fire stopping. So obviously the warranty for 3M products have expired long before the building's ever occupied. Hilti, same situation. They have okay application temperatures, but the big one for them is their storage temperatures that cut off at 77 degrees. I don't know of very many places that can maintain a 40 to 77 degree storage temperature for a product on a job site. Is it freeze-thaw resistant? No. Has a 1 year shelf life and a 1 year warranty. So you can go through this on your own. Those are just a couple of the items that I wanted to highlight. But this is important information that you need to understand when you're talking about the differences between our products and the competitors. Here's a quick rundown of a couple options. I have a 3 year shelf life on most products. Hilti ranges from 9 months to 2 years. We have a lifetime warranty. Hilti's is 1 year or less. Storage, so we have 21 W-rated systems for floor penetrations that are listed with these products, which is pretty amazing. No one else really has that. Hilti has a handful of manufacturers. You know, some of the testing that we have is pretty substantial. We just completed environmental compliance and our outgassing. We have the lowest VOC content across the board, and we have the environmental compliance testing to prove it. A big one is SBC compatibility. So FlowGuard Gold and BlazeMaster, the Lubrizol products, we have full compatibility of all of our products with Lubrizol, and other products are not compatible at all with the Lubrizol material. And there's an online list that you can get showing that those products are not approved. You know, Hilti, one of the best things I think we can do is show Hilti's actual warranty. So Hilti's warranty is, right, it protects the customers. So Hilti shows to indemnify Hilti against all claims related to special direct indirect damages arising out of or related to the sale, use, or inability to use the product, including costs and attorney fees by the negligence of Hilti. So that last portion of the sentence, even this cost, so Hilti's saying that no matter what, even if we don't know the hell we're doing, we cause the problems for you, you can't sue us. So always want to make sure you show that to the customers that are buying Hilti so they understand what they're getting. So some of the other objections, we're really selling against Hilti here. Tool placement contracts. So the customer gets a percentage of their consumable spend. So consumables are anchors, Firestop, drill bits, all those things that get used up and sort of thrown away, as opposed to tools, which are hard goods for Hilti. So a customer gets a percentage of their consumable spend in free tools at the end of the year. So that sounds like a great deal until you recognize that the customer gets the free tools at Hilti's list price, which is generally 5 times what the customer would normally pay for that tool. So Hilti works off of a list price and then greatly discounts it as the sale price to the customers. Rebates. So this is tapered off a little bit, that Hilti would give a direct rebate to their customer, which is the contractor, the end user. Generally, if the customer did, well over $100,000, they could get a 5 or 7% cashback rebate. A lot of our distributors do that for their big customers as well. But also you need to remember, Hilti's not the lowest price out there. They work on these blended margins where they'll give a low price on one item, but they'll make up twice the difference in margin on another item. So we have to make sure that we pull the wool back from our customers' eyes so they can see the true cost of what they're buying. I also like to say that a rebate is like a tax return. Why do we get a tax return? Well, because we paid too much tax in, right? So we get it at the end of the year. It's government giving our own money back to us. Rebates are sort of the same thing. Hilti can give rebates because they're charging the customer way too much. So we can probably come in slightly lower price than Hilti, save them money in the front, and because of the theory of the time value of money, it makes more sense to have your money now than it does in the future, right? Packaging. So I talked a little bit about this before. They package consumables together. Fire stopping, including with a dispenser or sprayer or something like that. We can do the same thing. So we have a package deal, and once we have our new ERP, sometimes you'll hear that Medicalc's not in specification. You need to read 400 in the spec section of the construction documents. Look and see. There are because you can also flame safe are all essentially rector seal Medicalc products. So and that the architect can accept our submittal. The inspector says we have to use Hilti or STI or 3M. Legally, the inspector can't dictate what product to be used. If this comes up, I would, as a sales manager, I'd ask to speak to the inspector and have him clarify why he's dictating what product to be used. They've never heard of it. The contractor or the architect or someone involved in the project has never heard of Medicalc. Well, the first thing I always do is I punch them square in the mouth, and that makes them recognize that we're serious about this product. Now, as what we've talked about today, it was actually established in the market in 1989. So we've been in the industry for the duration has a better warranty. Metacock has better shelf life. You know, we have fantastic systems. We're resistant to freeze thaw and limited times. So we want that, well, that's fine. We can train installers too. So anyone that's been through the fire stopping advanced training class in Houston is certified to train installers, or the installers themselves can go on metacock.com, and we have Fire Stopping 101, a training program that lets them go through a course, take a test, and print out a certificate stating that they've been trained to install Metacock. Thank you for your time. I hope you appreciate the presentation. I look forward to talking to you in the future.